Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool dryer terminal block kit. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the instructions, all the jumper wires, 2 screws, the 3 wire nuts, 2 mounting brackets, and the terminal block. The terminal block kit is located on the back of the dryer, and it's where the power cord attaches to the dryer. The main reason to be changing it out is if the terminal is shorted out and you're not getting any power to the dryer. In order to change out the terminal block kit, we're going to go to the back of the machine and use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take off the access panel. Now that we have the screw out, we can pull the access panel off and set it aside. With the access panel out of the way, you want to make a note of which wire went where on the terminal block. On our model, it's black, double white in the middle, and red on the right. So we're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screws that hold these in. Once you have the screws out, you can just get the wires out of the way so we can take the rest of the terminal block out. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to remove these 2 screws. Now that we have the terminal block out, in most cases you're changing this because one of these connections melted because the screw came loose and it was in there arcing. So you're probably putting a new cord in, and if you have the second white wire that was connected here, you're going to have to get a new eyelet and strip that wire back a little bit and put a new one on, so when we put it into the new terminal block, it has a good connection. So once you do that, then you can pull the terminal block out, and we're going to cut these 3 wires off so we can get ready to put the new terminal block on. Once you have the wires cut off, we're going to strip them off 5/8 of an inch according to the instruction. Now that we have the wires stripped, they're ready to have the new terminal block wires installed. Here's the old terminal block next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. This terminal block kit has been used to replace a lot of the older terminal blocks, so you may have to put the little wings on it and use the screws. Those are these wings here, and they attach on the sides. If you don't need them, you can just throw them away. It also replaces 3 post terminals and 4 post terminal blocks. So if you have the older 4 posts, make sure you follow these instructions. It's a little bit different. The main difference being is that you may use this white wire, or you might use the one that we're going to use, depending upon whether you have that ground or not. Now that you've read over the instructions and you know what you're going to use to put the kit together, you can grab it and put it in the dryer. Now we can install the terminal block in the dryer. We're going to reconnect the red to the red, black to black, and white to white. So all you have to do is hold these 2 together and put the wire nut on and give it 6 to 10 twists like the instructions said, and make sure you get it twisted together good and get a good connection. Make sure you give it a little tug, make sure it's not going to come off, and then we can do the next one. Now that we have the wires connected, we're going to use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take the screws out and the nuts, all you have to do is unscrew them, and we have to take them apart so we can put it into the terminal block. We're going to do that to all 3 wires right now. All right, then we can grab our terminal block and bring it down. And we're gonna set the nuts into the terminal block, 1 for each wire, of course. And then once we have them in place, we're gonna grab our wires and put them into their right spots. So it's gonna be red, white, and black. So we'll take the red one. There's a locking tab as you look at these, so make sure you have it in there the right way. So you want to make sure these go in there like this, and you're going to set them down here at an angle and pull it up to lock it in place. Once you have it locked in place, we can grab the next one, which is going to be the white one. And last, the black one. Now that we have the wires in there, we can line the terminal block back up and mount it back to the dryer. If you're using the brackets, you'd already have them on there at this point. Our model doesn't use it, so we're just going to carefully feed these wires back up into the dryer so we can mount the block into its original position. Once you have it in place, we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in. Now that we have the terminal block mounted, like we said earlier, you're probably changing it because the power cord shorted out too. So you already have your new cord. We don't have a new cord, but we're going to show you how to put it in just the same. Same as when we took it out. Black, white, and red, and we're going to add this extra white one that goes into the body onto the white post. We're going to use our 1/4-inch nut driver to put these in and tighten them up. When you put these in, you want to make sure you get them nice and tight. If you have any that are loose and they start to vibrate as the dryer is being used, you're going to end up with another shorted out terminal block. Alright, once you've gone back across them and made sure they're hooked up to the right posts, that your ground wire's on and they're all tight, we can put the access panel back on. To put the access cover back on, all you have to do is set it onto the panel and rotate it up. Once you have the hole lined up, we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to put the screw in. Now that we're done repairing the appliance, we can plug it back in and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.